Hi, hello everyone. Patricius Juwandono again here. Today's topic is about what graduates of universities should be able to do. So I've been teaching for almost 25 years, and one of the most challenging questions that people have ever asked me is, what kind of graduates do you turn out? And then it stirs my curiosity. It makes me wonder, what kind of graduates do the industries want? What kind of qualities that the companies and all the institutions out there expect the graduates to have? Now I've been searching for some time, and I went from one seminar or one event to another, trying to capture what is it that the industries want the graduates to be able to do. What kind of qualities that university graduates should have. Now, I've done some thinking and I put a lot of thought in it, and I come up with abbreviation of PARE, PARE, P-A-R-E. Okay, the first one, P, stands for problem-solving skills. Now that's very important. Seems that companies and institutions want the employees to be able to solve problems, or at least to be able to contribute their efforts to the solutions. Yeah, so problem-solving skills is a very in high demand. Companies want graduates to have it. Definitely or obviously, they want graduates who are not part of the problem, but part of the solution. Now that's one catchy phrase. Are you part of the problem, or are you part of the solution? Okay, yeah, so that's P, problem solving skills. If you are studying in a university or in a college, pay attention to this. Sooner or later, you'll have to develop this kind of skills. How to solve problems. Of course, that involves a lot of other skills, a lot of other abilities, like being sensitive to the problems, communicating the problems to people who are in your team or to your superior, seeking creative solutions, yeah, even down to managing your feelings. If the problems are such that they affect everybody's feeling or everybody's mood in your team, yeah. Okay, so that's problem-solving skills. Now the second one is A from PARE. The second one is A. A is analytical skills. Now that's also important, and it's becoming increasingly important in these days where data are abundant. Lots and lots of data are being fed to the company, to schools, to institutions, and they need people who can analyze the data. So data analysis skills is a very vital skill to have. You've got to train yourself in order to be able to possess these analytical skills. Yeah, of course you can use your reasoning, you can use your common sense to analyze things, but you can also rely on computing technology to crunch the data, to crunch the numbers, and to come up with analysis that you can understand, and which later you can interpret, and then you can come up with some suggestions or even some solutions which you can propose to the management. Yeah, so A, analytical skills is also very important. Don't be satisfied if you graduate with high GPA, but your analytical skill is poor. You've got to train yourself in order to be able to, excuse me, in order to be able to analyze the data. Yeah. Okay, the third one is R. The R is being responsive and quick. Now, this is a quality that I really like. I always praise my colleagues or my staff who can be responsive and do things quickly. That's really suits my style. Responsive means that if you've got an email, if you receive an email from someone from another department, you've got to respond it quickly. Yeah, you've got to put some thoughts in it, formulating the answers, communicating with other sections probably, so that you can come up with answers quickly, because you know that other people are waiting for your answer. The higher you are in the management position, the more people rely on your decision, and you've got to think quickly. You've got to be responsive. Yeah. There are some people who are very slow in it, and it really annoys me. Yeah. For example, I send an email requiring an urgent attention, and I expect the email to be at least responded by the end of the day. But then it turns out that I have to wait for a few days or even a few weeks to get the response. That's big no. Yeah, that's no. That is not something that companies will expect from you. Well, if you happen to be a slow person, you've got to quicken up your thinking. You've got to work fast. You've got to work quickly. You've got to think quickly. You've got to be responsive. Yeah. Okay, so that's the R. And then the last one is the E. E here actually stands for a language. It is English. Well, actually English and Mandarin. Yeah. Those are the two languages that are vital in today's communication. These two languages are increasingly important because they can open up a channel of communication. They can open up wider possibilities for cooperation and collaboration with other people. They can give you the chance to express your ideas. You've got bright ideas, but if you cannot speak the two languages, then they just stay in your head and nobody knows what your bright idea is. And therefore it is a must for you to be able to express your ideas in these two popular languages, English and Mandarin. Yeah. Of course, it requires some time and a lot of efforts to master the two languages. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that you've got to invest some amount of effort and even some amount of money in these two languages, because when you have it, then you have a competitive advantage. People will look for you. People will be impressed by your ability to speak English, to speak Mandarin, and even better to write in the two languages. Yeah, so that they can expand their companies, they can expand their perspective, they can expand their reach, yeah, toward other areas, other regions probably. Yeah, so it's quite important to master English and Mandarin. Of course, with that comes along the skill of communication. Yeah, you've got to be able to master the arts of communication. You've got to be able to convey your messages, to argue sometimes without hurting other people's feelings, and that's the art of communication, and that's also important. Yeah. Okay, so those are the, oh yeah, there's one more thing actually, but it's not included in the abbreviation. It's being independent. I once interviewed a boss from a famous company, and he said, I really like my employees who are independent, who do not always rely on my command, do not always rely on my instructions. They can work out the details, they can make decisions, they can work independently, and that is very good. Yeah. So he praised this kind of quality, he appreciated this kind of quality, And so being independent, working independently, thinking quickly and coming up to a quick decision on your own is also a very much appreciated skill. Okay, so that's PARE, yeah, P-A-R-E, problem solving skills, analytical skills, responsive and quick, and English and Mandarin, plus the independent style of doing things. Okay, so if you have not had those qualities, you can train yourself to be armed with those qualities. If you think that you've got those qualities, then it's even better. All you need to do is to sharpen them, is to refine them, so that when you graduate from your universities, you can impress employers. Okay. Okay, that's it. I guess, or I hope this will be meaningful to you. This will contribute to your perspective. And stay safe, stay healthy. See you again in my next episode. Goodbye.